Morning guys, hope you're doing well. So we had that big news bite from the United States, from Donald Trump, the president, and he's declared world peace. And because I guess the keyword algos picked up on that, we've had like an almighty pump in risk appetite. But that was forecast, by the way, because we knew that we'd be risk on eventually because of the fact that the crowd are net short. So we should be positioned for risk on because of that. Okay, so you would have done incredibly well had you have had risk on trades. Okay, so this is how you use it. So if we're risk on, you're looking for shorting the dollar, for example, and potentially going long Aussie, New Zealand dollar, maybe pound. So it was good. Hopefully you did quite well. My account completely pumped in profit, so I'm really happy. I don't need to trade for the rest of the week. Okay, so this video is going to be fairly short because the fact that we come to the train station and we're just kind of like bugging out a little bit on the data. Well, let me grab it. It's a bit slow. So yeah, we're just a bit sideways. And it's not just the US 30, but it's everything. So they've actually shorted the S&P there, but it's not a good crossover. So this morning I haven't populated the data in Discord because there's not much point if the data's bugging out. We want to see stuff like this, and we don't want to see that. It's obviously there's a bottleneck at FXCM. So really we can put that to one side. I guess we could look at the snapshots maybe, and that the greens are buys and the reds are sells. Okay, so at the high level, bring that across. So let's look at the daily bubbles, and New Zealand dollar for a buy and US dollar for a sell. So you could look for dollar, Kiwi dollar potentially. We have moved a lot though already. We've already moved like a ton, so you might want to wait for retracement to come down to support for a bounce. Okay, so Swiss and Aussie are strong buy, pound, yen, CAD and dollar are strong sell. See, with the world peace and the opening of the strait, we probably could see CAD decline a little bit because of the oil connection, and the dollar could decline because of its risk on, risk off connection, that correlation with risk appetite. So that's how the bubbles look. So what I'm going to do today, come to Discord, and what we're going to do, so what I'm going to suggest is that Mr. Bosch, our AI guru, he can continue testing the signal display and trader because it's working for him, and what I'm going to do is that I'm going to continue to test the Google Sheets EA. So we'll have two robots side by side. We'll have like a pretty one. This one, I would call it like sort of, it's pleasing to the eye. Mr. Bosch can be testing that, and I can test the functional one that isn't that pretty, but it is functional and it does work. So what I'm going to do today is that I'm going to grab some of Mr. Bosch's code. I'm sure he doesn't mind, and I'm going to include the suffix bit, the component in the robot, so people all around the world can use the robot, because some people they don't have the Euro USD, they have the Euro USD dot S dot R dot A, so it's going to be able to people can just put their suffix into the input, and then they can trade the signals, and also the lot size multiplier. So they're the two things that are going to go into version 5. Okay, so we come to MetaTrader 5 EA, and so basically this is going to be into version 5. Version 5 will have suffix, and it will have the lot size multiplier, and then that should be it for now. And then I'm going to help Mr. Bosch with the pleasing the bells and whistles EA. So he got it working. We had some nice trades from it, but I had an error. No signals with state sent, which is kind of weird because my address is in the terminal, and on my other terminal I had this where it said 0 pairs, 0 pairs. But if we come to the sheet, we can see we do have some signals here. We've actually really pumped at 3.87%. So what I'm going to do is just add those little bits of code to the robot. It'll be ready for the weekend, ready for you guys, and then I'll do some ad hoc testing for Mr. Bosch's display EA. And like I said at the start of the video, is that I don't need to trade for the rest of the week because my account has done really well this week, so I don't really want to push it too much. There's the weekly average as well, so we can see that we're fairly risk on from that, and we've had a big dump on the dollar. And if you remember my video, I was saying about the dollar on the weekly bubbles from yesterday's video. If you watched it, I was suggesting that it was going to go up, and it did. The dollar was here yesterday, and that we've really gone over there, and there's going to be a lot of trapped traders on the dollar for sure, because these guys are going to be the fundamental guys, and they are probably trading with bad risk management, and they may not exit. And if they don't exit, it's going to continue to punish them. So there's the video there. A little bit of psychology, a lot to do with the sentiment, because the sentiment's like one of the most powerful drivers. Really, you want to use the fundamentals with the sentiment. You don't want to use the fundamentals on their own, because you'll get screwed. Okay. Likewise, you wouldn't really want to trade the sentiment on its own, because you could get screwed. You should try and combine the technicals alongside, and this is why the robot's doing so well, because we're combining the sentiment and the technical, and it's really pumping on profit. We had a 1% week this week on one test account. Paul's account increased by 1%, and my account increased by 1%. So that's fantastic. So going forward, we'll have version 5 on the weekend, and I'm going to continue testing Mr. Bosch's bells and whistles expert advisor, and hopefully we get to some resolution on that. But if not, we do have a functional EA in the Google Sheets EA, which is in Discord in here. So that does currently work for everybody here, this one. So that will be version 5 for Monday morning. Okay.